Hello, welcome to the RC block. I'm Jamie Nitro. Tonight, I got a big surprise for you. I've got a Cison V8 engine, and we're gonna unbox it. And I'm just gonna go through a few build things before I start building. So let's get into it. Let's take a look at what an amazing job Cison did on this engine. I'm very impressed with this engine. Everything about it is super scale and detailed, and for me, that's what I like. The more scale, the more realistic it could be, the better. And that's why I'm just so excited to bring you this engine here. This engine is 8 cylinders of fun. It's got many parts. And it's got a lot of cool features. Now, this engine is the overhead valve version, OHV. It has 44 cc's displacement. It has a claimed horsepower rating of 5.5 horsepower, although you cannot be confirmed, because other places say about 4.8. So I tend to find that these engines have a lot more power than what they're recommended. So it's probably more like 5.5, 6 horsepower is what it truly has for power. Now, firstly, there's a lot of parts here. At first, there were some problems with the O-rings and sealing, and they have gone and included these fluorine O-rings. They're fluorine rubber. They're a lot better for putting in the engine block there, expansion, contraction, and the temperatures too. Before they were just I think nitrile O-rings. Anyway, they weren't that good, and they were causing leaking coolant to leak into the oil. So now it looks like Cison is including these O-rings, these upgraded O-rings already, which is fantastic. As you can see, all the parts are wonderfully laid out here. Everything arrived safely. I believe I am just missing one seal, and it's not even a big deal. They're gonna get me a seal right away. So thank you, Sterling Kit, for being so amazing. Now, Cison has also gone and included the brass gears in here, and they've done an update to this pump. Originally, the pump had 2 nipples coming out both sides here. Now they got one input nipple to make it much more simple. One input nipple, and then it goes out the output. So yeah, it's a much more efficient design. This way, one nipple going in, feeding everything, and then you got 2 going out, able to go to both sides of the block, feeding back out through into the radiator, creating the loop. So right on. I really like this. Much more efficient, better design, brass gears as well. Also, same thing, we got the oil pump here, and on the oil pump they've included the brass gears on that. Everything's nice and smooth in there. I would say best thing to open your oil pumps up here so you can go through it. I like to lap the gears, the brass gears that it comes with. They can have can be a little bit rough on the ends, and if you lap it and polish it, it helps the gears to move a lot more smooth, and then you'll see the difference. It's just a nice smooth, you can actually hear those gears. All right, so everything else on this engine's a block. That's one of my favorite parts. Now, when you're going through the engine and, you know, cleaning it out, inside there's the little threaded holes, and you want to clean. There's little, yeah, see, I'm already getting little pieces of orange come off. So you want to clean those off, and you want to get, you know, all of the loose stuff off. I'm also 100% recommend washing your block, taking your cylinder liners out and cleaning them all before you do any reassembly. I actually go through and wash all of my parts and then do a quick lube. After I clean my parts, I take them out of the I'll take them out of here, out of the foam. I'll get them all clean, because when they're sitting in the foam, you get like these little pieces of black foam in there. So I'm going to wash all of these parts with soap and water, and then I'm going to put all the parts down on my blue here and have everything laid out nicely to assist me in building quicker. Now, I think they've done a very good job on all the parts on this engine. The updates that I'm seeing are really nice. I really love the distributor. Actually, I love every part about this engine. I think I could spend just days, months, just it's just so much fun. It comes with the brass connecting rods. Now, one of the things I've seen in a couple other videos, I won't name names, but when they've gone and put their engines together, they put their pistons so that mark is all facing in the same direction, and you don't want that. What you want is you want your right bank to have that little connecting rod mark facing forward on the engine, and then you want your left bank, that little mark there, you want that to face the back of the engine on the left side. And the reason for that is there's these two little oiling holes, or one oiling hole on each connecting rod, and if you put all of them the same way, what happens is you end up changing that oiling hole upside down, so it doesn't get the proper lubrication. You want both oiling holes up, pointing towards the camshaft when you're assembling. That's kind of very important, actually. I'm gonna go through, I've already gone through really and just checked all the parts, done an inspection. I've actually measured all of these parts in the areas that are going to be like high wear. I wanted to record everything so that after I run in the engine, get a few hours on it, and I disassemble the engine, I have a reference to go back to tell me how much wear is happening. If I have something that is wearing more than other parts, then that could be a problem, and it just helps me to identify things sooner within the engine. And that's what I'm going to be doing now. I am ready for building. Everything is here, everything's done. I've gone through the whole engine. There's nothing left to deburr. It's absolutely amazing. The detail that Cison goes through on every single part is phenomenal. I've gone through and checked every valve is sealing properly. I've gone through, I've actually lapped and polished the heads there, so when I go and seal everything, it's more flat. It's gonna have a better seal, and that's the thing too. I've checked it with a straight edge. It's nice and flat, no light, so that should be good there. So yeah, I'm at the final stage of pre-assembly. So now, on top of purchasing this engine, if you're gonna run it, you want to have the spark plugs. You need to get the starter kit for it, so that's going to include the spark plugs. If you don't have anything at home, this is your first engine, you're definitely going to want to get the starter kit that includes everything you need. So in that starter kit it's gonna include the fuel tank, and everything you need to mount the fuel tank is gonna be included. And this is beautiful stuff. Like, look at it, see-through design. How awesome is that? It's got a nice vented cap already. So that comes as your fuel tank. Then you're gonna get also very similar design. You're gonna get the cooling tank, up and down, vented as well, which is great. Allows it to blow off steam if it needs to. And you also get the hardware for that as well. Now, this thing comes with a like a pressure relief cap too, and that's for the radiator. And that's the other thing I like about this kit. When you buy the kit, you get a very nice radiator. It has proper size hookups, and it also comes with this little cap here. Now, as best as I can guess, is this little flat disc is supposed to go inside here where there's a spring, and when the pressure gets too much, the pressure will push up on the spring and allow the steam to blow out. So that could be dangerous. If it becomes something that I'm gonna need, it's probably something I will use. It might be cool just to see the steam. Anyway, that is a very awesome radiator. It's much larger than what you'd normally get. It has a bigger capacity. I like that. Now, some of the extra little things you can get on top of that, because this is the starter, this takes you, so you got your gas and your fluid. You're gonna need to buy your your filters for your cooling and your fuel. But also, I'd recommend getting one of these engine mounts. It is an extra, but man, it is a lifesaver. Not just for like building the engine and mounting it on the stand, as you can see, nice and easy to mount, but also makes mounting in models easy. This is a must-have, and I mean, I guess this is just for aesthetics and stuff, but to go with this radiator, another real cool must-have is the fan and shroud. I went and epoxied these to make them a little more rigid, but how cool is that? Now, I know from experience these fans are awesome. They really do draw a lot of air in. That's what I wanted to do with the shroud, and see how that improves the airflow. So I'm excited to find out, get this all together, and start it up. I'm not far now, guys, so stay tuned. I'm gonna do the whole build video. I'm gonna do it with the instructions, and I'm gonna go through the hard to read instructions with you guys, and we'll figure it out together. So stay tuned. Bye for now. Good luck on your next build.